In February 1959, in the heart of Russia's Ural Mountains, a search party stumbled upon a scene so bizarre, so horrifying, that it would become one of the most enduring mysteries of the 20th century. A single tent, violently slashed open from the inside, stood abandoned on the frozen slopes of a mountain known to the indigenous Mansi people as Kholat-Syakhl, or Dead Mountain. Inside, they found the belongings of 9 experienced hikers, left behind as if in a sudden, desperate panic. But the hikers themselves were gone. What happened to them that night has been debated, analyzed, and obsessed over for more than 60 years. This is the story of the Dyatlov Pass Incident. Our story begins in late January 1959. A group of 9 students and graduates from the Ural Polytechnical Institute, all seasoned hikers, set off on a challenging winter expedition. Their leader was 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, an ambitious and respected outdoorsman. The group was a picture of youthful optimism and adventure. 7 men and 2 women, all in their early 20s, excited to tackle a Grade 3 route, the highest difficulty rating for a trek in the Soviet Union at the time. Their goal was to reach Mount Otorten, another peak in the northern Urals. For the first few days, everything went according to plan. Photos recovered from their cameras show them smiling, building snow shelters, and enjoying the camaraderie of their shared challenge. They documented their journey in journals, detailing their progress and the stark, breathtaking beauty of the snow-covered landscape. The entries were cheerful, full of jokes and songs. There was no hint of the tragedy that was about to unfold. On February 1st, the group began their ascent towards Kholat-Syakhl. They had intended to cross the pass and make camp on the other side, but worsening weather conditions, including a blizzard and drastically reduced visibility, forced them to change their plans. Instead of retreating to the relative safety of the forest below, they made a fateful decision to set up camp on the exposed slope of the mountain. Why they chose this location remains a key part of the mystery. It offered no shelter from the elements and seemed to defy standard hiking protocol. Was it a navigational error, or was there another, more pressing reason for their choice? Whatever the cause, it was here, on this desolate, windswept incline, that the 9 hikers would spend their final night. The sun set, the blizzard raged, and the temperature plummeted to a lethal -30 degrees Celsius. What happened next is a terrifying puzzle pieced together from the evidence left behind. At some point in the dead of night, an unknown event caused absolute panic inside the tent. Investigators found that the tent had been cut and ripped open from within, suggesting a desperate, frantic need to escape. The hikers fled the relative safety of their shelter, running out into the blizzard without proper clothing. They left behind their boots, warm coats, and survival gear. They ran downhill towards the tree line, 1.5 kilometers away. The footprints they left in the snow showed that some were barefoot, wearing only socks, or even just in their underwear. What could have been so terrifying that it would make 9 experienced mountaineers abandon their only shelter and flee into a deadly blizzard, virtually undressed? This singular act of desperation is the central chilling question of the Dyatlov Pass Incident. Weeks later, when the search party finally reached the site, the scene they discovered was grim and deeply unsettling. The first 2 bodies were found at the edge of the forest, beneath a large cedar tree. They were the bodies of Yuri Krivonishenko and Yuri Doroshenko. They were dressed only in their underwear, and their hands were raw and scraped, as if they had been trying to climb the tree. The remnants of a small fire were nearby. It seemed they had fought desperately to stay warm before succumbing to hypothermia. Over the next few days, 3 more bodies were found between the cedar tree and the abandoned tent, including that of Igor Dyatlov. They were scattered along the path back towards the camp, their positions suggesting they had been trying to return to the tent when they collapsed and froze to death. For 2 months, the fate of the remaining 4 hikers was unknown. Then, in early May, as the snow began to melt, the final 4 bodies were discovered buried in a ravine, about 75 meters deeper into the woods from the cedar tree. And this is where the mystery deepens into the realm of the truly bizarre. Unlike the first 5 who had died of hypothermia, these 4 had suffered catastrophic internal injuries. Nicholas Thibault Brignoles had a fractured skull. Ludmila Dubinina and Semyon Zolotaryov had multiple severe chest fractures, injuries comparable to the force of a high-speed car crash. Yet, bafflingly, their bodies showed almost no external signs of trauma. There were no bruises or soft tissue damage that would normally accompany such devastating injuries. It was as if they had been crushed by an immense, invisible force. To make matters even stranger, Dubinina was missing her tongue, eyes, and parts of her lips, while Zolotaryov was also missing his eyeballs. The official investigation was concluded swiftly, and the findings only added to the confusion. The medical examiner stated that the fatal injuries of the last 4 hikers could not have been caused by another human being, because the force required was too great, and the soft tissues were not damaged. The final report concluded that the hikers had died as a result of a compelling natural force. The case was then abruptly closed, and the files were sent to a secret archive. For decades, the area was sealed off to the public, fueling endless speculation and conspiracy theories. What was this compelling natural force? The vague conclusion left the door wide open for every possible explanation, from the plausible to the paranormal. Over the years, theories have multiplied. The most straightforward explanation is an avalanche. Proponents of this theory suggest that a slab avalanche, a type of avalanche where a large plate of snow slides down the mountain, could have hit the tent. The weight of the snow could have caused the severe internal injuries and prompted the panicked escape. However, critics point out that the campsite showed no obvious signs of an avalanche. The tent was damaged but not flattened, and poles were still standing. Furthermore, the hikers' tracks leading away from the tent were clear and undisturbed, not something you'd expect after a major snow slide. And why would experienced hikers camp in a known avalanche zone in the first place? Another popular theory involves military testing. The area was known to be used for secret weapons tests during the Cold War. Could the hikers have accidentally witnessed something they weren't supposed to see, leading to their elimination by Soviet forces? This could explain the secrecy surrounding the case and the strange, powerful injuries. Some have even suggested that infrasound low-frequency sound waves generated by a weapon or natural atmospheric phenomena could have caused the intense, irrational panic that led them to flee their tent. This invisible force could have induced nausea, shortness of breath, and a feeling of pure terror, but it doesn't fully explain the crushing physical injuries. Of course, no mystery of this magnitude is complete without more fringe theories. Some believe the hikers were attacked by a wild animal, like a bear, but investigators found no animal tracks anywhere near the site. Others whisper about the Yeti, the Russian equivalent of Bigfoot, said to roam the remote wilderness of the Urals. And then there are the lights. Several independent witnesses, including another hiking group and meteorology staff in the region, reported seeing strange, bright orange spheres or orbs in the sky on the night of the incident. This has led to widespread speculation about UFOs and an alien encounter. Could the hikers have been attacked or frightened by something not of this world? This theory might seem far-fetched, but it would account for the bizarre injuries and the inexplicable terror. In 2019, the Russian government reopened the case in an attempt to finally solve the mystery. After re-examining the evidence, their official conclusion was a refined version of the avalanche theory. They proposed a small, delayed slab avalanche, which could explain the lack of overwhelming evidence at the scene and the hikers' panicked flight. But for many, this explanation still feels incomplete. It doesn't quite account for the devastating and selective internal injuries or the missing soft tissues. It doesn't explain the strange orange lights in the sky, and it doesn't quiet the feeling that something more sinister, something truly extraordinary, happened on that frozen mountainside. The Dyatlov Pass Incident remains a haunting tale of survival and terror, a cold case that chills us to the bone. The 9 hikers were young, capable, and full of life, but their adventure turned into an unimaginable nightmare. The evidence they left behind tells a story, but it's a story with the final, most crucial chapter torn out. Was it a freak natural event, a secret military operation, or something beyond our comprehension? Perhaps we will never know for sure. The silent, snow-covered slopes of Dead Mountain continue to hold their secrets, leaving us with a mystery that is as cold and vast as the Siberian wilderness itself. Thank you for watching. If you have your own theory about what happened, share it in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more journeys into the world's greatest unsolved mysteries.